Playfulness, what does that mean to me? How does that impact my life? And sharing my experiences and journey with play. I'm Shaheen. I believe we all learn through experience, both our own and the collective experience of others, and we all have something valuable to offer and share so we can learn and grow. I'm not a guru, I'm not a coach, I'm not an expert. I'm not here to give advice, nor am I claiming any truth. I'm just here sharing my experience, my wins, my failures, my highs and lows, and the lessons that I've learned from those experiences. So if anything resonates with you, take it. If not, let it go. Today, I would like to talk about and share my journey with play. This is a really big one for me. A quote that really sticks out for me, that really changed the way how I think about this it's by George Bernard Shaw. You don't stop playing because you grow old. You grow old because you stop playing. And this one is really profound. I think I've spent the last 15 to 20 years really deep diving into play, and it's been such an important part that has healed so much in my life. And examples of how play has healed me: getting into circus arts, getting into acrobatics, my life as a performer, going to festivals, artistic and music festivals, and how has all these playful experiences integrated into my daily life. As I got older, went to school and went to university, I kind of followed this construct of, okay, I got to a certain age and you've got to act like a grown-up now, or certain things that were once okay to do, now you can't. And I question, it's like, who decided these things? Why can't I be a grown-up and a responsible grown-up, but also have this playful side? And I think I've spent the last 15 years demystifying this concept of play. Is playfulness being naive and childlike? Or can one be serious and still play? How do you play in your job? How do you play in your relationships? How do you bring play into serious matters, into emotional matters of the heart? How to foster playfulness? I found that playfulness has been such a powerful medium that has transformed so much. One of my biggest influences and biggest impacts of how to integrate playfulness into my life has been children. Working with children and the relationships that I've built with children by being a teacher and a role model through teaching drama, circus arts. What did I get in return? To see life through the eyes of a child is, how does that influence me? The way that it's influenced my curiosity to trying new things, my sense of adventure, the confidence, the lack of judgment that kids sometimes have, and how has that impacted me? And how do I integrate that into my life? How do I take that playful spirit of a child and apply that to something serious like my relationships, my professionalism? How do I bring more playfulness to create a more holistic and wholesome approach to life? An example of this is teaching circus to children. Often I'd give an example of trying to teach a particular trick or something, and the kid immediately will be like, I can do it, I can do it, I can do it. I didn't even get through my explanation. And that is such a beautiful example of the kid believing in themselves and saying, I can do it, instead of looking at something and being like, oh, that's too hard for me, I can't do that. And I caught myself that as like a grown-up. Sometimes I'd look at something that I haven't tried before, and immediately the voice inside of me is saying, oh, that's not for me, I can't do it. And having that kid-like approach of, I can do it if I try, has really helped me in my life. Performance art and getting into drama and theater has also been another unlocking for me in being playfulness. Going to music festivals and seeing people really be playful and let that kind of crazy inner child out. How do I bring that playfulness from a music festival into real life? And an example of what I did was, I was driving to traffic in work, and while I was driving in traffic and everybody's bumper to bumper and everybody's kind of like a little bit stressed and miserable because we jammed, a game that I would play with myself is try to make eye contact with someone in traffic, and I would smile at them, or I'd pull a silly face like, and play a little game to see how many people I can make laugh on that particular day. And that was like one example of integrating play into a very serious situation like traffic. Play is such an important part and one of the biggest driving forces for me personally. And as this goes along, stay tuned as I dive deeper into play and how to integrate more playfulness into your life.